Hey everybody, it's Kellen here, and I wanted to make this video to almost complement the last video I did on the top African influential YouTubers, and I only picked a handful, including myself. But I also said in the description, whether you listened to it on the podcast or you watched it, people who are just influential behind the scenes. And I don't necessarily consider everybody a YouTuber because that's not their first thing. They may use it as an outlet like I do. I was just very probably self-absorbed when I put myself in there, just to let you guys know about Diversified Game podcast and my other channel that I do, Kellen Cash, on YouTube. But I will say this much: this is the brother, RJ King Mahdi, King RJ Mahdi. He has definitely been impactful for those of us in the West who want to go back to Africa. He has inspired so many just to travel, just to go. And his YouTube, 17,000 subscribers. And, he has a media production company, but RJ does so much behind the scenes. Like, just this much in YouTube is like, okay, RJ, we get it. Because the brother's on construction sites doing big works, humble. He'll let you know, I'm doing all of this, but I'm doing it in a team with different companies. It's not all my money. Unlike some people who, are known, but I don't call them influential because they're a detriment, because they pump themselves up so much and they don't work well with others. You can probably name some people who have asked for donations. You haven't seen anything that they've done recently or ever, and it's always about them. They are the greatest. RJ's definitely not one of those people. He has an investment club that you can go to. It's been $1,000 or $9.99 for many years, and he really helps people. And I've never heard anybody say anything negative about the Made in Africa project. For the amount that you're spending with him, it's not like he can hold your hand and take you and set up your business for you, but they do consult with you and help you. And I was trying to go to the website, but I have some security stuff running, so did not want to let me go there. Plus, they sometimes hate on certain websites, especially when it's talking about going back to Africa. I'm just being honest with you. Tech is not perfect, but it's better than it was yesterday, right? So RJ, one of those great people. I've had him. I think he might be one of the few people I've only had on Diversified Game twice, and he always has something new to talk about. And again, very humble guy. His story, if you want to hear more about his story, go to Diversified Game, put in his name. You can see other interviews that he's done, but I think that I get extremely nosy in people's business, and he's always just been upfront and said, okay, yeah, this is what this is. This is why you thought that, and, clarified things, always in a good way, always in a good mood. And he is definitely, you guys talk about my outfits and, oh man, where'd you get that hat? That's what London just asked me. And she was right there when I got it. But RJ's outfits, I've never seen the brother wear anything twice. I don't even know if he has a closet, because he may just give his clothes away once he's done. And all his stuff is custom made. Like when you see RJ, it is not just for camera. Because I talked to him just, as a brother to brother. And I'm like, in the same day, and he wasn't wearing the same thing. So, yeah, he definitely has the best dress award. And, the only other person who could compete with him is Jacob Caesar. That's it. Those brothers got that thing on lock, and we appreciate it because we appreciate fashion. But go check out the Made in Africa project. You can also catch him on LinkedIn right here. Very good dude. Again, nobody has had a negative word to say about RJ, and if they haven't been able to prove it. He went to Senegal when he was 17, learned the language. And 17 years later, around then, he came back and brought his wife, kids, and all that. So, very influential guy on the continent, especially when bringing people from the West. The only other person I could think that is as influential and has done so much for us, and I got to meet her. I ran up on her and she was in her mask, but I could recognize her, is the queen herself, Miss Gina Page. And she is the founder of African Ancestry. She is not paying me. None of these people are paying me to say any of this. You know, Google's not even paying me at this moment, right? To say any of this. But Miss Gina Page is an amazing person. Because of Miss Gina Page, people have been able to track down to their tribe. And I know there's people who say, look, you could do it without African ancestry, but you could not get your citizenships in the different countries without African ancestry going the legit way unless you knew somebody. Now, if you knew somebody, that's great, but very few people know somebody. Miss Gina Page, we just got our citizenship in Sierra Leone because of her efforts. And in the short time that we had spoke, and I had always had her on LinkedIn and want to pub her anytime she'll do press, but the woman is humble. The woman doesn't want the shine at all. You know, she's just doing the work. And that is always glad. You're glad when you see people who just want to do the work. And for those of you who are watching, you know, you can see her, you know, her accolades. Oh, she went to Stanford. Maybe that's why I like her. For those of you who know, then you know why I would say that. But that's why. So she also went to Michigan State, another great school. Hey, what's up, Desmond Howard, when we talk about Michigan State. But Gina Page, you know, RJ, and I'm going to introduce one more person in this interview, but they get their roses now. They get their round of applause now. And, you know, Miss Gina Page, you know, this is what I'll say about one of her team members. This next person I'm going to highlight works with Miss Gina Page, has worked, and I know he has, you know, a lot of things going on. And it's someone you may not have ever heard about. We've had him actually on the African Diaspora News channel. I'd love for him to come on Diversified Game when he's not traveling around, but he's always in Africa. He was born in America, but you know, many people say he had his features. He looks like, you know, nothing was cut. But Brother Diallo, my gosh, let me tell you something about this guy. The guy is part of the reason why in Ghana some of y'all have your citizenship. You know, there's over 5,000 people in Ghana. Not saying that over 5,000 have their citizenship, but he was in Ghana doing his thing. Sierra Leone, he was right there. Actually, we had an issue because my tour company said all the paperwork was actually good. And, you know, things happen. But it was Diallo who he had to certify last minute, and he gave it the credit again to Miss Gina Page. He said, you know, it's on her. But Diallo, just a good guy. And he doesn't even have his citizenship yet in Africa. Really, somebody should make Diallo a citizen. They should make him a minister, a diplomat. The guy doesn't. He doesn't want to do it for the credit. He doesn't come off arrogant. I know people who kind of look just like Diallo, who are YouTubers, and they are some of the most arrogant people, and everything is about them. Nothing, it seems, is about him. He's been married for over 20 years, has his kids, just solid guy. And, you know, with people like that, you just want to see them win. You see here, he has his own company, you know, and things that he does as well, and what he does with African ancestry, and just a humble guy. These are the people who need to be running for office. You know, these are the people. These people have enough common sense to say, "No, I like my peace, so I probably won't." Right? You'd have to force them. African politics. You got to force him. Nah, you got to run. Ask Paul Biya. But Diallo, very nice, solid guy from when we met him. So, yeah. And even before then, of having him on the show, getting his experience. And that's all he's telling you. He's not saying he's the oracle or the curator of anything. He's just doing the work, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I don't want to make this thing too long, but those are my 3 top influential people who aren't necessarily YouTubers, even though RJ has a YouTube, but behind the scenes, these are the people making it work. When you want to go and travel and get residency or citizenship, these are the people talking to the people. And it's not easy to talk to the people behind the scene, because when you are on the continent, things work a little different, and they definitely work a lot slower. And for someone like myself, it's like technology is here and they're like, what's that, on some of it. But we have to understand the privilege we have with not just going to school, but venture capital and angel, and being in the circles that we can just find ourselves. You can go to Eventbrite, Meetup, and just end up at a venture capitalist thing, right? You don't have to be a sophisticated investor. You could just find the money here. So these people, we just have to give their applause, give them their flowers. It's the reason why when they do something, you should support it if it aligns with what you want. Don't worry about, who's going to benefit off this. If it aligns with what you want to align with, just support it if you can. And I understand everything's not for everybody, but for those who really want to be in Africa, for those who want to travel, start business, these are the people. Now, I've done on Diversified Game, I told you, get Dr. Hartnett's book and get John Paul's book, the book they wrote together, 101 Ways to make money in Africa, or to make it in Africa. Get those books. And when you get those books, then you study, and you really study. Stop being entertained, and then see what a Diallo, a Gina Page, and an King RJ Mahadi, what they're doing, and connect. And I bet you your tomorrow won't look like the yesterday. Make sure you share this with somebody. It will change their life. You guys be blessed. Any comments, questions, make sure to put them in the description box. Know that you can book some time. People are asking, well, how do I set up a business in Africa? Well, first, you need to do some research, and you do some studying, and you definitely need to book a session, because I don't know everybody's problem. We got to take some time to learn that. You guys be blessed. We'll talk again.
Hi everyone. Have you ever been curious about visiting Africa? Which African country were you interested in? Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, Ethiopia? Which country are you interested in? My good friend, Kellen Cash Coleman, came up with a course called My First Trip to Africa that'll guide you through this process. It's only $20, and in this course you'll learn about passports, visas, vaccinations that you need before you go there, as well as a budget, how much the trip is going to cost. He also talks about what you should pack, what you should take with you, how you should travel on a budget. Did you know that $100 is worth 1,000 South African rand and over 10,000 Kenyan shillings? So imagine what you can do with $100 back home. I say back home because I'm from Sudan, I'm African, I already know how it's like. I know that, when you convert Canadian and American money, it goes a long way when you're traveling across Africa. So if you're curious, if Africa is a place that you've always wanted to go, always wanted to move there, Kellen Cash is the person to ask. Check out the course. There's a little preview you can listen to before you actually purchase it. If you're interested in this course, visit www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.